So I know the title was all about New Year resolutions and goals, and I am also aware that we're almost done with the first month of the year. So you might be thinking to yourself, oh, who's this guy? He has the worst timing in the world. But to be frank with you, I think that I actually timed this video perfectly. So in recent years, I've seen an increase in young men having no ambition, no goals that they're chasing, and no purpose that they're fulfilling in their lives. And this is kind of embarrassing, but I've seen a lot of people just quit their 2023 goals already. Like, we're not even a month done. And what's even more embarrassing is that I've seen a lot of people not even set up goals for the year. Now, I'm not trying to make myself look like an alpha, but this is the first year where I'm genuinely making goals that I can actually work towards throughout the whole year. And since I know that a lot of you have probably slipped up, you made one mistake and now you think that's all over, it's not worth it anymore, I'm going to help you to go back on track and actually make something of your year. Before I tell you how to do all that, it's important to first discuss why it's actually important to set out goals to achieve. So one thing that most people must understand is that they overestimate how much they can do in a week or a month, but then they underestimate when it comes to achieving in a year. Because, I don't know, if you go to your photos and then compare yourself at the beginning of one year and to the end of that year, you can tell how much you can change just by appearance. So instead of always just wasting your year, imagine actually putting it into use. The amount of knowledge, like everything in your life, every aspect of your life will improve, and you can tell in a whole year. So it's important to set goals so that you can actually know what to work towards. Because if you're going on life with a blank canvas, having no purpose to fulfill, you have nothing in your mind, they actually oh, I want to do this, then you're kind of just living a pointless life. But when you have goals, you actually have a purpose to achieve. And yeah, that's why I think it's important. So if setting goals and doing all of this is supposed to be helpful for you, then why do most people quit? So this is due to two reasons. One being is that, they make one mistake, they slip up one time, one day, they have one cheat meal, and they think all of their past progress is gone and now they have to start from all over. The second reason is because, they just don't track their progress. Whether this is because they just don't do it or they don't know how to do it, it makes things really difficult because, say for example, you're working towards a six-pack. It might take 3 months, might take 6 months, depending on your starting body fat percentage. But if you have no way of tracking that progress, you're not really going to know if it works or not. I hope that makes sense. So I had the same exact issue until I discovered habit tracking or habit journaling. So habit tracking can essentially measure your progress and tell you how many days in a row or how often have you been doing this habit. And you can take this in two ways. Either, just download an app, a habit tracker. That's what I do. Or you can also just get a journal, because some people just prefer writing on a journal and it makes them feel more productive. So if it helps you with more motivation, why wouldn't you do that? So now I'm going to tell you and show you exactly how I actually manage and create my goals. So I do all of this using Notion. A lot of you guys already know what that is, but Notion is just a productivity app. It's completely free. I can do a run through for you guys of the app and give you just a tutorial, but let me know if you want that. So if you go on my Notion, you can basically see that I run my whole life on there. But if you go in the goals section, then you can see that I actually have a 2023 goals and then monthly goals. And that's basically the format that I'm going with. If you go on my year goals, you can see that I basically split my goals into 3 categories. Whether it's health, physical, mental, and then there's wealth, or even this YouTube is part of it, and then personal. So you can basically make your own goals. No one needs to tell you what your goals should be. So as long as they're actually hard goals that you can work towards. And then I take it a step further to make them into monthly goals, to then break that whole year goal into chunks that I can work towards month by month. So let's say I want to get, 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'll say I want, 500 by the end of January, and then 1,500 by the end of February, whatever it is. You can tailor them to your own preference. And then other tactics that I use to then further split them apart into more goals is that I first of all habit track on my phone app. And then second, I make a daily schedule and then list tasks I need to complete in specific times of the day. And then third of all, in my journal, my daily journal, which is also on my Notion, I basically write down how I'm feeling, and then before I end the journal, I basically write the tasks I want to finish by the end of the day. And then sometimes, if I'm feeling like it, maybe on a Monday, I'll set out tasks I need to finish by the end of the week, so then I can have more goals for the next week, the next Monday. That may sound really overwhelming for a lot of you. So if you're going to take anything from this video, I want you to first set out, let's say 5 to 7, 5 to 8 goals for the whole year. And then for each of those goals, I want you to make a smaller goal for, let's say, just January, or since January is done now, for February. And make that big goal a small chunk that you can work towards in a month. So then look at your monthly goals and then list habits and tasks that would help you reach those goals. And then basically track those habits on either a phone app or a journal. So if you implement all this information and then by the end of 2023 you find it useless, you can come and dislike this video, report my channel, do all of that. But I hope you find value in this video. Watch this video to learn how to invest in yourself in this year, and take it easy.